Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is not early morning, but morning unboxing video of a deck that we're going to be using for as the Oracle deck for the month of April. It's a deck that was sent to me by a friend and viewer, Vicky. She's a deck that I've been interested in for a while now. It's called the LIGHTWORKER Oracle by ALANA FAIRCHILD, and we're about to open it up and just see what's inside to kind of give you an idea for those of you that are interested in purchasing it. It's available probably at many different retailers. In the video description, once the video is fully uploaded, I will put an Amazon affiliate link in the video description that will take you directly to the deck on Amazon. If you do choose to shop via that link, I will get a small percentage of the sale of the deck. Also anything else that you may purchase while clicking through on Amazon. So that's a great way to support the channel if you choose to. And I love looking at new decks, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to work. We're going to be using it for the month of April with the Light Seers Tarot. So let's get this open and see what's going on the inside. So it says guidance and empowerment for those who love the light. And then let's look at the back, and it is published by Blue Angel Publishing. It says this deck is for those who feel an inner calling to connect with divine light and higher frequencies of consciousness to bring healing to the world. You can create a positive contribution to our planet, evolve spiritually, and develop your innate abilities to work with energy through different healing modalities, channeling and communication with higher beings such as angels, ascended masters, and other spiritual guides. You can help humanity shift from fear to love. You might already know you are a light worker, or maybe you wonder if you are meant to be a healer or guide for others on their spiritual journey. If you are attracted to this deck, then your soul is telling you that you are a light worker and you have a life purpose that involves healing yourself and the earth. Lightworker Oracle is designed to support your deeper awakening, empower you, and encourage you to fulfill your divine life purpose. Now that's really beautiful. And part of the reason why I also kind of, not only do we have the Light Seers Tarot that we're using, I kind of felt like April was a great month to bring forward this idea of light because of the spring equinox we just had. And so I love how this talks about it's to support your deeper awakening, empower you, and encourage you to fulfill your divine life purpose. Like, to me, that's like springing forward in the natural world. So let's have something spring forward from within us this April, okay? Hopefully everybody, whether you associate with being a light worker or not, I think that we all have our own internal light. Even, to be honest, we have light and dark, but even dark is its own form of light in a weird way, if that makes sense. It's just a very dim version of light. So I believe that everybody does have light. You don't have to be a light worker to glean stuff probably from this deck and to learn from this deck. Featuring the artwork of Mario Duguay. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, just so you know. And let's open up the deck. So just the inside of the box cover, I always like to show that. Sometimes there's little messages, but it's a beautiful blue color. I love that color blue. It kind of makes me think of Archangel Michael. It's just a sheet of paper on top of there. This is the book. I always go through the book first. Now with this, there's going to be some sort of light worker ideas and stuff that I may not be familiar with. So I may read from the guidebook for some of these cards if I feel so inclined. I may just go off of the pictures and how they make me feel in correspondence to the Light Seers Tarot. We'll see how it goes, but it says, may you always turn to the light. And this, it looks like it was originally printed in 2017. And Blue Angel is out of Australia, just so you know. So there are, I'm not sure, 44 cards, it appears. There's an introduction, how to use the deck. There's different layouts, invocations, what are light workers, could I be a light worker? So there's information in here for people that are new to this, which would be great, a great asset. Are you a light worker? Find out now. There's like a test or a questionnaire that you can take. The practice of light work. So this is kind of beautiful, working with group energy, a teacher or a guide, life missions for light workers. And then here are the messages. I just want to get an idea of how long the messages are. So here's the first ray of power, just would be the first card. And it's rather long description. And there's an invocation at the end of each card for each card. So that's kind of powerful stuff. We'll see how this works. I don't know how much of this book I will use, only because I know that the artist would want me to. But we'll see. We'll see what I know and what I don't. Like some of these fourth rays and stuff like that, I would like to learn a little bit about too. So I may read some of these on some days. Okay. So let's get into the actual artwork of the deck and look at the cards. So here's the deck itself. And this is the back of the deck. It is wrapped in a little piece of plastic that I'm going to take off. I love the color scheme of this deck. I love that it's sort of both masculine and feminine, right? In the blues and purples and then the pinks and whites. It gives like a really nice, I don't know. I love this, like even this deep blue, which kind of makes me think of the Archangel Michael, or this color. Like I always associate that blue with the idea of certainty. So it's a very strong blue. I love it. So this is your first ray of power. The second ray of wisdom. I love that there's angels all through this deck. I didn't know that. I just knew that it was about light workers, but there's quite a bit of angel imagery right out of the gate. The third ray of creative intelligence. The paradigm shift. Karmic clearing. The fourth ray of harmony. So that would be like the fourth chakra, right? Right at the chest. How beautiful. Unplug from mass consciousness. That sounds really nice right now. That sounds like a vacation. Star child. Wisdom of the divine feminine. So this would be like totally Empress energy, you know, if you were thinking in tarot, or maybe even High Priestess or Queen of Pentacles, any of the queens really, but Queen of Pentacles more so because she's so earth-based. Power of the divine masculine. The art is beautiful. I love the color of these cards. I think that they're going to blend nicely with the Light Seers. Light Seers is a little bit more vibrant and much more sort of traditional day-to-day. We were talking about it in the unboxing. It's described as sort of like a boho vibe to the deck in the Light Seers Tarot. And so I think that this kind of goes a little bit more cosmic, where that grounds a little bit more in current day, which will be nice. 1111 messages in the numbers. How many of you guys see those, like 444, 333, eternal now, trust in the plan, soul child, grounding, dark night of the soul, family of light, ascension, the rainbow bridge. So this to me would be like almost a very beautiful death card, right? In tarot, right? To me, I think of the rainbow bridge as sort of a passing over, an invitation to connect. This is giving me sort of male Xanadu vibes, which I live. I live for Xanadu. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And that reminds me of the roller skating rink that they try and resuscitate in Xanadu. And then the long blonde hair on this guy, he's giving me like male Olivia Newton-John. I'm living. Life path. Oh, here comes my family of, my soul family is all wandering in. The bulldogs are here. Spiritual service. They all decided to get up out of bed now. Invitation by fire. I kind of love this, and it's also card number 22. Just the first thing I noticed, and I love that. Like you think about, or not invitation by fire, initiation by fire, but you think of initiation by fire as being kind of like, uh-oh, here we go. But she seems quite at peace and quite centered in the midst of it all, in this number 22 sort of master number vibe. So I sort of love this. This is not like necessarily such a bad thing. It grows us in a productive way. Initiation by water. Initiation by air. These are beautiful. Merkaba, spiritual protection. Key of light. Oh God, my dogs are licking in the background. Sorry, guys. Cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. The pink rose of Lady Nada. Dark angel. I like that they have sort of things like the dark angel and also the dark night of the soul. So it's not all, there's a nice balance to different things that are going on in the deck. Alchemical mutation. Divine grace, the law of efficiency. You guys, can you do that in the other room? Like, it's a bit much. Master healing. And we're at, number 33, which is a master number. Hold your center. Past life activation. Good morning, Christina Davis. Good morning, Nate. Reassurance of the golden light. The heart transmission. Earth healing. Divine talents. Orbs of light. Spiritual decree. Fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. That's an interesting card. Like, she's in her knowing, right? But these guys are not happy about it. They look kind of zombied. Sort of strange depiction there. Sixth ray of devotion. And the seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. Card number 44. And I guess that would represent the seventh chakra too, your crown chakra, your knowing, where your claircognizance resides. So very interesting. I'm going to give the deck a shuffle just to see how they shuffle. They're nice cards. They feel nice. They have a little bit of they're more matte than they are shiny, but they have a nice slip to them. Cardstock is beautiful. We'll give it a little bit of a shuffle and just pull a card, maybe read the definition. If you have, those of you that see this later, you can put this video on pause and pose a question, and maybe this card that gets pulled may answer your question. I'm going to first sort of give my initial feelings on the card that gets pulled, and then I'm actually probably going to read the book description. I like how they shuffle. They shuffle very lovely. There's almost a funny energy to them, like a peacefulness to them that I like a lot. I don't know if it's the cards or me having gone through the art, but it brings a sense of peace to me. So they do shuffle nicely. They shuffle kind of quietly too, I feel like. So let's see, what do they want us to know today? For those that watch this video, what message do the viewers of this video need at this time? Everyone can see it. And we get the seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. This is card number 44, the last card that we just looked at. So I love this. What I was thinking about when I saw this was the seventh chakra, right, which is our crown chakra at the top of our head, associated with the color violet. Also, where our claircognizance or our clear knowing comes from, our connection to the divine. When I look at this picture here, it being card number 44, it is a master number, right? And it's also a master number. When I think of 4 in tarot is about fours to me are about stability. That's where the cards take me to, is it's about attaining that stability. So when we think of 44, it's like we're doubling down on that stability or that knowing. We're connecting to that seventh chakra and that knowing, not only of our own like personal knowing, but our connection to our higher self and thus to sort of the greater universe, right? And where we connect into that grand scheme of things. I love that she's sort of bare-chested and vulnerable, yet she's free, right? She's not afraid to be vulnerable. She's not afraid to be present, alive, awake. So neither should you be, right? That would be the message that I would get from this card. I would think there may have been times in the past where we have been sort of downtrodden in fear, denying our knowledge, but we need to sort of rise up into our higher self, our higher understanding, our higher knowing, reach that seventh chakra within ourselves, expose ourselves to it. That's also sort of like the vulnerability of this breast here. To me, it's like exposing ourselves to that deeper sense of who we are, what we know to be true, what's deep within us. Sometimes in today's society, we don't necessarily feel like we have the freedom to maybe live that way because it's probably a more vulnerable feeling state to be in. But ultimately, it really is where our truest, I think, our truest sense of strength may reside, and our truest form of who we are and what we are, which is that spirit or that light that, you know, I believe resides in all of us. So let's read, and I think that this card's just asking us to embrace that today. So for those of you that are watching this at a later date, what part of you could you sort of maybe bring forward today that's true, that is a deeper, more like spiritually connected sense of who you are? Bring that forth today and live from that place, even if it's just privately at first. But as you cultivate that relationship with yourself, begin to bring that out into the world and see how your world may change, or see how the world interacts with you differently. Let's read the definition and see what's going on here. Sorry, my dog's snoring now. All right, 44, seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. When the gift of the seventh ray enters your life, something new is being formed, something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes. Resonating with high-frequency violet light and the Archangel Zadkiel, the seventh ray also helps transmute from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. The seventh ray is very active upon the earth at this time. All of humanity is being affected by it. The seventh ray is the push-pull between the old and the new. Think about all the stuff that we're dealing with right now as far as race and COVID. That could all be seventh ray workings, right? Where we're learning how to protect one another versus harm one another. So that's very true. The life that has been and can no longer continue in that form, and the new life that wants to evolve from the old. It honors traditions and ancestral wisdom that serve new life. When the seventh ray enters your life, you are asked to balance your attachment to what has been with an openness to the new. It is a time to fearlessly question what has been, honor what continues to hold value for you, and dismiss what no longer serves you. The seventh ray also creates form from invisible, intangible spiritual energy. These are the inspired solutions and synchronicities that seem to come out of nowhere. They are signs of the divine order happening. The seventh ray brings an alignment to that divine order, and the more you are willing to invoke and allow that energy to bless you, the more your life will align itself with the genius of creativity, solutions, and loving opportunities the universe wants to bring to your world. The gifts of ritual, order, and ceremony are ways to attract this energy. Conscious ceremony done in service to unconditional divine love feeds the need for sacred embodiment. It is the hunger within the soul that many seek to find through religion, and others through the less conscious rituals of addiction. Ritual can be something that keeps you stuck or opens you to the sacred. Choosing a spiritual practice to engage on a regular basis, creating your own spiritual system, will help you to call the genius of the seventh ray energy into your life. Your spiritual practice might be a daily prayer followed by a short conscious dance or yoga session, a meditation, a walk in nature, or some combination of these. Find what works for you. Do that regularly. Make it a priority. You can invite spirit into your life through a simple and ordered system that you do on a regular basis, even if only for 5 or 10 minutes a day. Then a new life, the new you, the order that brings Tallulah, the order that brings expansive ideas to life in the world can happen. Sorry, she's snoring, guys. The challenge with the seventh ray is to not become obsessed with the future, with the new, to the extent that you forget about the valuable aspects of what already is. It is about developing what has value, not rejecting outright anything from the past. The past can teach us wisdom and help us create a more loving future if we allow ourselves to balance our passion for the future with a respect for what has been. The gift of the seventh ray is the ability to live on as an embodied divine presence. For humans who don't trust or even recognize the love of the divine in their hearts as yet, those who do are great supporters. The seventh ray empowers us to use loving ritual to invite divine presence to fill us and our lives. It also teaches us how to use our consciousness to clean up our own energy field and the energy field of the world around us, so the divine can show its face more clearly. The comfort of this can help free all beings from anguish and suffering. The invocation is, I now accept of my own free will and blessing, the blessing and grace of the seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony, and the assistance of the unconditional loving masters of this ray, the violet flame of Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel. I open to the magic of creativity, divine genius, and the ability to translate spiritual concepts into real-world experiences for the greatest good. May I discover and use my innate power for conscious and loving ritual and ceremony to enrich and invite spiritual presence into the world. May all beings feel safe and consciously held in a loving divine order according to the great plan of love. Through my own free will, so be it. That's beautiful. That's a lot to take in all at once, but it's really beautiful. And I love that card. And I'm really excited about working with this deck. It's going to be interesting. These descriptions are really long, which is great, right? Because it teaches you about this sort of work and the depth and the sort of the spiritual, mechanics of all of it. So I'm excited to learn about this stuff with you guys, and we'll see how the April forecasts go. Please, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up sign. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We do a daily forecast every day, and we do monthly tarot scopes that are here on the channel. I do live presentations too, and those are also here. So if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified when I do go on live. And I look forward to, I'm going to do today's first reading right after finishing this. I'm going to tape it so I can release it over onto Patreon, and we'll see the first message for tomorrow. My Patreon subscribers get to see tomorrow's message a day early. So that's why we're doing this unboxing today. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them with the video and I'll try and answer them. And remember that if you are interested in purchasing this deck, you can use my Amazon affiliate link, and that will be included in the video description once this is fully uploaded after it having been broadcast live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, Vicky's here. Thank you, Vicky. This is the deck that you sent over, the Lightworker Oracle. So it's beautiful. I just went all the way through it. I don't know if you're still here and can hear me, but it is beautiful. It's really exciting. It's going to be a wonderful addition. So I'm excited to also use this maybe in pick-a-cards and things like that. I can't wait. All right, you guys have Reverend Dan. I just read it, like Beth. That's hilarious. So yeah, I will see you guys later. What am I doing tonight? I have to do the video for tomorrow. I'm probably going to go live later this evening, so keep an eye out for that too. For those of you that watch this later, don't worry, I'm talking about tonight for those of you that are watching live. But I will see you guys later today, and have a great day, you guys. All right, bye-bye.